I've done like, what, 20 of these videos and I still can't decide on lighting? Hey guys, it's Connor, and today we're going to talk about something that I actually have gotten a lot of questions about, which is weird for me to get questions at all, because who the hell am I? But regardless, I'm getting this question a lot from friends and from YouTube comments asking, how do you actually get started shooting music videos? How do you take those first steps to start your career? So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to cover A, lot of stuff that I did that really helped me, and B, a lot of stuff that I wish I did when I was first starting out. The first thing we need to talk about is trust, because if someone's going to pay you a lot of money to do a music video, they need to trust you first. And the best way to earn that trust is by having some sort of portfolio that you can show people, hey, I can actually do this. Now I know you're probably already frustrated with this video going, okay, so you're saying if I want work, I need to work so I can show people that I can work. I get it, but bear with me here. Whether you're shooting music videos or you're the marketing agency that manages million-dollar companies, or you're just a kid who started a lawn mowing business, you still need to prove that you can do that job. So that means in order to build a portfolio without getting paid to do those first few jobs, it actually means that you might want to start by working for free. I know it's a touchy thing in the creative community to let people work for free, but when you're really first starting out and you haven't done this before, it's kind of your best way to create an opportunity for yourself. By doing something for free, you completely mitigate any risk involved. So you don't need to build trust with that first 1, 2, or 3 artists that you work with, because there's no risk for them. They're not investing a lot of money into this video. It's free. So that means you get to shoot a video right off the bat and start building a portfolio. You're going to get a lot more creative freedom because they're not spending money, so they don't really care too much about what you do as long as it looks pretty good. And there's no risk to that artist, so they're not going to say no. It's completely free. It's also a perfect environment to start shooting music videos in because there's no pressure. There's no transaction there to worry about. If you're charging $500 for your first video, you better make sure that video's on point. Whereas if you're not charging anything, then you have a lot more creative freedom. You can experiment, try new things, and if it doesn't work, it's no loss to the artist. You can really easily do a video on a $0 budget by just using a cool public place in your city, like under a bridge or someplace with a cool view, and just using natural lighting, especially on an overcast day where that lighting's nice and soft and even and really flattering. Just pick the right days, the right locations, and be smart about it, and just use what you have available to you. And you can still make a really sick video without spending a dime. Once you've done just a couple of those, now you've got an awesome portfolio that you can actually start showing people, hey, I'm capable of this, you can trust me with your money, you can trust me with this investment. My second tip is to maybe start small. Maybe you don't start out with music videos, but you start with other music-related video content. To give you an idea of what that means, when I started out, I would film people's audition tapes when they were auditioning for music schools, or maybe they're auditioning to get into a band. Depending on the genre you want to work in, a lot of these genres also do playthroughs, which is essentially just filming the live performance of someone performing a song so you can see how it's played. Playthrough shoots are super easy because it's usually just one person, maybe 2 people, and all you need to do is find one location, one setup, and a few different angles, and you're done. It's really easy, doesn't require a lot of you, so you have a lot of opportunities to work within a very simple structure to make it look awesome. I've done a lot of these because they're very popular in metal, and it's a great way to start out because it's not nearly as big as a music video. Another great example is cover songs. A lot of people like to just upload a little clip of them playing their favorite song and put it on social media. Why not offer to film it for those people? Most of the time it's bad lighting, they've just got their little iPhone and it looks like crap, and they don't care because it's just the audio that they want to convey. Well, why not offer to do that for free? Say, hey, can I just film your next video for you? Or toss me 20 bucks for lunch and I'll make it look really cool. These smaller projects are a great way to get to know people, to network with them, and now you're on their radar. And again, it's a lot easier for people to trust you with a much smaller project. That way you can prove yourself and earn something like a bigger music video with that band. By far the biggest question I get is, where do I find artists to work with? And this one seems so simple to me. Go to music schools, go to local shows, go where the musicians are, and just talk to people. You don't need to know these people in order to build a connection. I used to go to local shows that were in the genre that I wanted to work in, and I would just approach bands after the show and say, hey, that was an awesome set, I really like your music. If you'd be down to shoot a video sometime, please let me know. Here's my information, maybe we can work something out. And that's all you have to do to start networking and talking to people. A lot of what prevents people from taking that step and just asking for it is that they feel like it's too salesy to just reach out to someone, or they're afraid of someone saying no. And there's a really good way to just go about talking to people, and that's just treating them like they're people. Don't treat it like they're potential clients and you have to win this or you lose this. Just talk to them. They're musicians, they're creatives just like you. So just ask for the opportunity, because if you don't, there's no opportunity to be had. I used to just message bands on Facebook and say, hey, I love what you do. Would you like to shoot a video sometime? And these bands a lot of the time would say yes. And they didn't know me. They weren't familiar with me. I'd never met them. We don't have any mutual friends. But a lot of bands are willing to just take a chance because they want to shoot a cool video. So why not just ask? Because the worst thing they're going to say is no. You're going to hear that a ton in your career. So get over that anxiety now and just have someone say no. It's not nearly as bad as you think it is, and a lot of the time they're gonna say yes. Trust me, you're gonna be just fine. After you hear it once, it's smooth sailing after that. Networking is easier than ever, so there's no excuse not to get on top of that. You can just sit at home with a laptop or your cell phone and get gigs just messaging people. You don't have to do a lot of work these days, but if you're not really sure where to look, Facebook is a great tool. You can go to music schools, you can go to concerts, you can go on Facebook groups that are dedicated to local music in your area or local music for a specific genre in your area. You have way more opportunities than people did 10, 20 years ago to start their own business shooting music videos. It's all out there, you just need to start trying. My last tip is that no matter what genre you want to work in, or if you want to work in all music genres, make sure you understand the language of that genre. Watch as many music videos as you can so that you can see how artists in all these different subgenres want to be visually represented. You can't walk into a metal music video shoot and just want to make it as colorful as possible, because 9 times out of 10 they're not going to want that because it doesn't work for the genre. This is the best way to learn what different types of artists like in terms of lighting and colors and camera work and the overall mood. What's equally helpful is also seeing what's not in those genres. In hip hop or rap, if you want to make an artist look badass, it means prop money, it means fake guns, it means sick cars and all that kind of stuff. But in metal, if you wanted to make somebody look badass, it's none of those things. You do not have fake money and fake guns and sick cars. That just doesn't fit the genre. Watch as many videos as you can and keep doing it for weeks upon weeks, because even if you feel like you understand a genre now, trends change, and that's the second layer of this. It's not just about what people generally like in a genre, it's what's trendy in that genre right now. To give you an example, black and white music videos were super big in the 80s and 90s, especially in rock and pop music, but now they're a lot more rare. Now it's up to you to decide if that's a good or bad creative decision for a video that you're working on. If you make the call to put it in black and white, is it going to make it look dated? Or is it going to make it look unique because no one else is doing that? I can't make that call for you, but you need to be informed as much as possible on the trends and the culture of these different genres and what music videos are doing now in order for you to figure out what's the right decision for your video and for your artist. Doing this type of research not only lets you know the kind of identity that artists like to have visually, but it's also going to give you a lot of creative ideas of your own, seeing what other people are doing in other music videos. Just remember that every genre is like a language, and you can't write a best-selling novel in Japanese if you don't know Japanese. So learn the language first, and you'll be much better off. Those are all the tips that I have for you guys, and that was really fast. I usually take like 4 days to film these, and they end up being like 20 minutes long, and well, I'm still not wearing pants, so that tradition for the videos is exactly the same. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, I'd really appreciate you helping me back by subscribing, liking, tell me what you want to see more of, all the stuff that you already know how to do. And until then, I will see you in the next video.